Just ends. It just ends. Good evening and welcome to Loud and Nerdy on a Tuesday night. My name is JW Colwell. I am joined, as always, by my good friends Jerry Kamora of the band Slapjaw and Raven, delightfully difficult, and
I'll be drunk in a little.
Probably. Okay. Just want to welcome everybody. If you like our show, by all means, like and subscribe. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, X, or whatever the fuck the crazy person's calling it this week. IMDb, all of those places. Instagram as well. We're premiering there as well tonight, so we're all over the place. And if you're in the mood for shows this week, we've got shows. Yeah, four shows this week. We had a Generation movie on a Monday. We're here tonight. Then tomorrow night, Gabe is welcoming his very good friend, Eviana Rose. She's going to be on to talk about her bullying campaign and about her movies.
I think you said it perfectly this week.
I did. And also this week, the boys who are back, Untrained and Unscripted, with Ryan West and Joe. We, of course, all made our way over to their show on opening night for them. They'll be back this week as well. And I do want to get this in before we get too started this week. Next week, we have a big show. We have Last Known Location, and we have most of the cast. And we also have Danny Donnelly, the director, who is also in the movie we did a couple weeks ago, where we had the entire cast on for that. Nothing But Trouble. And so we're super excited to have everybody, and we're super excited to be doing these kind of fun things. Oh, okay. Homework's out of the way. Time for the show. Let's get some comments. Good evening, friends. Good evening, Ken, or Canada Ken, or whatever the way you want to be called. Good evening, all. Good evening, Joe Ridgely, who's lurking in the background somewhere, like the shark in Jaws. And Megatron NL, or Megatron N9L. Hello. Hi. Welcome. Don't patronize me. Get out of here, Joe. Don't patronize me. Patronize.
Canuck Ken. There it is.
Canuck Ken. Okay.
Canuck Ken? Are you spelling it like Canuck? Isn't it K-N-N-C-A-N-U-C-K?
Is that PC? Can we still say that?
There's still a hockey team named the Canucks. I think it's okay.
Wait, is there? I didn't know that.
What is that supposed to mean anyway now?
The Vancouver Canucks. Yeah.
It's always been a hockey team, right?
Oh, I don't. I'm not a sports person. Like sports.
Canuck is Nunavut. Okay. I was being serious. Yeah, don't patronize me.
That Canada language up there.
I'm a Canuck. Yeah, hi, Jamie Hill. Good to see you as well. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Vancouver fan. See, they're the Canucks. It's real. I'm not lying. Let's get to news of the week. The things I think we should be talking about. Let's talk box office first. It is a bad week at the box office. This happens every Super Bowl Sunday. It was also incredibly cold.
I just want to hear you tell me that I was right.
About what?
About the Markiplier movie.
What do you mean? What do you write about?
Let's do that
first.
By the way, I did watch it, and you are right. I'm going to say that you're right first. It's horrible.
I didn't say it was horrible. It's just it's dreadful.
Oh, I will. It's bad. It's bad.
dreadfully slow. It's painfully slow. It gets to a point where it's monotonous, and it's just. I was trying
From a
to pay
marketing
attention.
point of view, brilliant. Movie-wise, if I ever have to see that again, somebody could nail me to my seat.
Is that the dude trapped in the thing in the blood?
Yeah, it's okay. So, box office wise, this movie did the best this weekend of not doing the best. Send Help came in first, 9 million. It's only down 53% from last week. It's the first modest hit of the year, modest big hit of the year. 35 domestic, 17 international. So it's at 53. It costs about 40 to make though. So I love this movie though.
Send Help really made it.
It's great.
It has his
flourishes. Right. It has his flourishes. It's a really good performance from Rachel McAdams. It's a really good performance from Dylan O'Brien. It's got tension and it's tense and it's got one of the best endings. I think the ending is great. The ending for me is really good. This movie dropped like a rock at the bottom of a cold, dead ocean of blood. Dropped to third, 6.7 million. It has grossed 31 million though domestic and 4 million overseas, 4.5 million overseas for about $37 million, which is at this point a 10 times multiplier. It's 10 times its budget. So it's a massive hit in the sense of like the first Terrifier.
He's got his fans going to it. It is a class in marketing.
He bet on himself, and I think he needs people around him now that he's bet on himself and he's proven he's got a proof of concept movie, right? I can make a movie and people will come to it. Mm-hmm. Now you need to pair him with like a good director, a good editor. You need to pair him with somebody else. Maybe get him some acting lessons. Just saying.
Those YouTube shows didn't help him.
Yeah, I mean, you pair him with all those different things, and then maybe you give him a shot at some of these other IP games that he plays. The one my cousin's husband said was Phantasmagoria. Phantasmagoria, is that it? I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay.
It's some obscure haunted house game.
Very much a cult classic.
Yeah, it's something I don't play, so it's obscure to me. And so basically, I guess he plays with his friends, and it's funny in a Ghostbusters kind of like, oh my God, holy shit, there's like creatures. So let him do that. The other big news of the weekend, the other movie that sunk like a stone has to be brought up. It went from third all the way down to ninth. Dropped 67%, 2.3 million. It's at 13 million worldwide. Needless to say, for a $75 million production, that's not going to cut it. But it does have all kinds of, Amazon says they're super happy with it. So by all means, enjoy your movie. I also want to talk a little bit about, let's talk about last night. We did King Kong versus Godzilla. We had author Tom Shabula on. He was fantastic.
He was.
He has a book, Most Colossal Conflict the Screen Has Ever Known. He's got other books about James Bond and the spy craze of the 60s. He's also got about television from the 60s, including the Batman television show and other shows when TV went color.
Jerry, really this guy's background was all vinyl. It was great.
Nice. Yeah, his background was incredibly vinyl, and he had mostly soundtracks, but he had some, it was mostly soundtracks with a lot of Batman stuff. He had a lot of Batman 66 stuff, which endeared him to me. And he also brought up the coolest fact of the night was that Greenway Productions had at some point after Godzilla versus Kong and all these things, because that came out in 62, Greenway Productions was producing Batman. There was going to be a Batman Godzilla movie with Batman going to Japan and fighting Godzilla under the control of a new Batman villain who controlled the weather and Godzilla. And Tom also let out that in that particular draft of the movie, Batman kills Godzilla by blowing up his brain and shooting him into space. So
yeah, I also found out that Godzilla just wants to get crunk the whole time. He just wants to drink. I found out listen, I am not a Godzilla person. I'm not a Kong person. You guys were selling me last night to watch it just simply because I didn't know half that stuff.
I had to watch it in Japanese. I watched it entirely in Japanese, except for the American parts. It was rough.
My favorite part of last night's show,
like, it's a really good fight,
was hearing about your love of that franchise being transferred to your nephew. That was my favorite part.
No, it's his love of the franchise being transferred to me. I'm being dragged along. I've never been a huge
Kong and Godzilla like the same grouping?
No. Kong movies and Godzilla movies are two very. First off, the original King Kong in 1933 is one of the greatest action movies ever made. Right? It's up there. It's the first movie that every dad shows his kid because it's got a giant ape in it. He climbs the Empire State Building. It's fantastic. And
only King if Kong, their dad runs a movie theater.
Yeah, King Kong I think is separate. But Godzilla didn't come out to the
55,
50s.
I think.
Yeah, and so, Kong has been around a lot longer. I love that part of the 90s as well.
They're like both, what are they called?
They're icons.
I remember you guys saying it last night.
Kaiju?
Yeah, they're both kaiju, so they're both like the same grouping.
No, they've never been the same group, is what I'm saying to you. Like, the thing to do it now with Legendary, what's happening with the Legendary movies is totally different than what's happened in the past.
Right. They're starting to put them together now. They were never together, though, except for that King Kong versus Godzilla movie, right?
Yeah, in 1962.
But since then, they have never been.
Yeah, what happened was that it's a perfect pairing of everything. And what Legendary has done, and again, this is kudos to them, they're batshit insane movies, and they're fun to watch. And an 8-year-old in my house loves them. So I am now watching them with him. And then what happened was we came up one day, and it was on fucking Tubi or YouTube somewhere. There were a gaggle of Godzilla movies. And he's like, let's watch that one. And then it became, let's watch that one. And then it festered. I love that, though. Out of control.
Good one.
Well, and they're fun. Like, they're fun. They're also insane. Like,
and the Smog Monster, I always liked that.
Smog Monster, like, he thought he had a comment that maybe Godzilla -1 is headed towards the Smog Monster. And we got into a discussion about wrestling and Godzilla, and then also the concept
that was what got me last night. I was like, Godzilla so much wrestling.
Godzilla -1, he's a bad guy. But as you know, Jerry and Raven, Godzilla eventually has to go face. He has to become face at some point for people to pay money to watch him save the humanity from other horrible creatures.
Goes back.
So, yeah, he goes back and forth.
Bueller killed Godzilla for me.
Why?
That was my entry. Like, the first time I really heard, like people knew about Godzilla. It's just not a thing. But when I was growing up, that was the big one that came out. And it sucked.
That's a bad movie. Yeah, that's a bad movie. You shouldn't watch that.
It was
the
bad.
Legendary ones are
so
fun.
Much merchandise sitting at our drive-in.
I'm not going to say
the
Legendary ones are curing cancer. I'm not going to say they're curing cancer or they're Oscar-worthy. Godzilla -1 is Oscar-worthy. But everything Legendary's made, they're not great movies, but they're fun. Like, they're goofy. They make you want to go to a theater and eat popcorn and drink soda and watch two things go at it. So it's, and then, they both turned them face.
Figured it out. They're fighting. That's the thing, though. They figured it out.
They're fun. They figured it out. Okay, comments quick. I'm going to tune in the middle. I'm in the middle of booking a flight at Texas in the Frightmare. Is that Danny Donovan I saw on the thumbnail? Yes, Danny Donovan will be on the show next week with the entire cast of Last Known Location. Super excited to have him. Rachel McAdams, Canadian, can't go wrong. I agree with that. Joe Ridgely, anyone seen Night Patrol yet? Got it queued up for after your show? No, but I've not heard good things. I've not heard good things.
Old movie, Night Patrol.
No, it is, but it's a vampire movie that just came out like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, so they're
I'm watching it tonight.
That's CM Punk. Tonight's drink, straight no chasers, mead from the Colony Meadery, South Bethlehem. Hey,
1984.
If you want to sponsor, Queen Kong.
Oh, they could. Yeah, I spent enough money there this year for Christmas. They could give me some free bottles. That would be amazing.
1984 Night Patrol. I just looked it up.
Yeah, that's a really that's a police academy. It's a police academy clone, right? Mm-hmm. It's a little bit more offensive than the other stuff.
I might have that here
box office, meh this week. Box office will pick up. Well, box office will pick up. We'll talk about that later. There's a bunch of new releases next week for the holiday, for Valentine's Day weekend.
Holiday.
I'm sorry. Whatever. Happy pre-Valentine's Day. Anyway, for those who celebrate, you don't have to celebrate.
Friday the 13th.
Okay. Yeah, it's Friday the 13th this week as well. We are going to do romantic movies later in the show, though, just for anybody.
Oh, no, I'm hoping we talk about Wuthering Heights.
We'll talk about it, but we can't talk about it until at least next week.
Oh, yes, we can. That book's been out. That movie's been remade.
Yes, but we can't talk about the movie until next week. Let's talk about the Super Bowl ads. Let's not get into anything else because it's been crazy for 2 weeks. But let's talk about the ads.
I was happy about the Seahawks.
I was okay. So I didn't like any of the weird AI ads. Like
I was going to say we had a lot of AI ads.
There were a lot of AI ads, like weird AI ads, where like Jurassic Park is a good place to go, and like because they're Infinity
Ring is going to follow you and your dogs. Now,
yeah, the ring thing is like so dystopian. It's like we can find your dog. Also, if you'll just get in front of the camera so we can take a picture of your face, that'd be great. I appreciate it. Thank you. Those weren't great, but the one that got me, the one that I thoroughly enjoyed. I enjoyed. I'm a Coke person, obviously. But I did enjoy the polar bear who inadvertently liked Pepsi in the blind taste test, and then went on his merry way to find another polar bear chick that also liked Pepsi, and then they were caught on like the Coldplay Kiss Cam drinking Pepsi, and it was like, they were like, oh my god, shocked because they were bears, and I found that one funny. I thought that was a good one. I didn't
think there was really that many good commercials this year.
I thought
there was just a lot of celebrities, but not a lot of good commercials.
The Dunkin' commercial was great.
No, it wasn't. It was just a lot of
Dunkin'. There was a lot of AI in that one, but it was good having all those people back. Not a lot of movie spots. There was I didn't think it was underwhelming, but
in total.
What?
I think there was 9 in total.
Yeah, there are a couple things. The Scream trailer was very brutal. Like, and I'm looking forward to Scream. And Scream tickets, by the way, have gone on sale as of yesterday. There's an opening.
It was great hearing Stu. Well. It really, really was.
But that trailer appeared at the beginning of the game and was absolutely fucking brutal. Joe McHale being wrapped up in plastic and stabbed repeatedly.
There was a lot of new content in it, though.
Well, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the placement of a heavily rated, R-rated horror film at the top of the Super Bowl when kids are clearly awake.
It's been out for years. We're on the 7th one.
Joel McHale got absolutely wrecked. He gets wrapped in plastic and then stabbed repeatedly. So it's like I don't know. I thought it was a little brutal. I thought the Minions trailer that the commercial linked to was really good. The Minions are playing with Cthulhu, which I thought was funny. I thought the Budweiser, the Clydesdale with the baby bald eagle was okay. Set to Leonard Skinner was fine. Hemsworth, with the Alexa, worrying about Alexa trying to kill him was okay. The one with there were some that were okay. There were some that were completely like, how the fuck did that happen?
I didn't find it to be too many celebrities.
The one that completely like, and I'm not taking politics out of the equation. I don't understand how you have Mike Tyson in a Super Bowl ad. I like Mike Tyson. I want him. He's made some big, huge mistakes in his fucking life.
You know how hard this is for me right now.
He makes huge fucking mistakes in his life, and he's been a bad person sometimes.
Yes,
but
he's a replacement for the person that was going to be a part of that, and that guy had a heart attack from too much.
I just don't know how anybody goes. You know what? This ad costs $2.5 million for 30 seconds. We're going to bank on Mike talking about all of his family members dying of diabetes.
At least he didn't talk about taking a bite out of something.
Well, he was talking about eating healthier, which is, again, another weird, I guess, if you're into red meat,
the replacement person for this program. First being a man who had a heart attack in his 50s because of his steroid use.
Well, he did have that. He did have that thing where he met Holyfield and gave him the ear back.
Yeah.
He also sells weed gummies.
Weird. I don't know.
The man is brilliant.
Of all the celebrities and all of the spots, the one I did not expect to see was Mike Tyson.
Really?
Crazy.
He's been on stage with Trump before.
Yeah, but yes, sure. The idea of putting him in a spot on the Super Bowl is, I think that's a little. I think that's cray-cray. I think that's
nuts. All we had to do was have him drinking raw milk, talking about eating things.
No, I just
one step away.
Anyway, so there's Super Mario trailer. The Mandalorian trailer I liked because I got what they were trying to do, but a lot of Star Wars fans are worried now. They're like, "Oh, we want to see."
Is this for a movie or a TV show first?
Mandalorian Grogu is a movie. It is a movie coming out.
Is Sam Elliott going to be in this movie? Or was he just the narrator?
Just the narrator, because I think they were going for a Budweiser-like commercial with Tauntaun.
I was about to say, can I buy a Tauntaun ornament like that for my brother for next Christmas? Because that's what that's all I wanted to do.
I don't know. I don't even know if it's in the movie. I don't even know if it. I don't even. So a couple things. They're definitely on a snow planet at some point. I don't think it's Hoth. They are fighting AT-ATs on the snow planet, and that's been in the trailers. But a sled being pulled by Tauntauns, just so we're clear, if that does materialize in my store in the next 5 months, it's gonna be behind me. So.
I'm surprised there's not one of those little cute teddy bear thingies behind you.
It's behind me. You just can't see it. It's here.
Right there.
Listen, my brother is a Star Wars fan, although now he's an adult who says he's not a Star Wars fan.
Oh, he's lying. You know what? He's lying.
My brother's weird. Both my brothers are weird. My brother's weird.
Everybody's actually a Star Wars fan.
That's how I know Star Wars.
Everybody's actually a Star Wars fan, and then we bitch about things. We whine, moan, and complain. We get upset if our heroes are brought down a peg.
Because it brought in if you're not a Star Wars fan, me, I know what those little Tauntaun things are. Those are cute. I've seen so many of them. Stuffed animals. Okay, I'm just saying. I know what they are. I know what Baby Yoda is or whoever he is. I don't know who the other dude is.
His name is Grogu. Get the fucking name right.
I don't watch it. I'm just saying it's sold.
Don't call him Baby Yoda.
For something that was totally not about the movie, it sold me to say I should probably get caught up.
I don't think it's sold for Star Wars fans. Star Wars fans were wanting something bigger.
All you have to do is watch Empire Strikes Back and your love will be renewed for the...
Is that the one with the Ewoks?
No.
That's the one after.
Oh. Which one has the Jar Jar?
No.
That's Phantom Menace, right?
I'm just gonna say no.
And then that was...
He's in Phantom Menace, he's in Clones, and he's in Sith, but it was a scale of how much Jar Jar we could fucking take.
Listen, let's just get to the actual trailer that I want to talk about.
What trailer do you want to talk about, Raven?
Baby Crypto.
It was a good trailer. And but that movie doesn't need any more sale. That movie,
no, it doesn't. But it sold me on baby crypto.
That movie. The interesting thing is everybody who bitched, moaned, and complained that Superman didn't do well enough. They're about to get a huge surprise because when Supergirl hits and Superman shows up in it, it's going to be, and then we're going to get a
I hope he doesn't show up too much. I kind of hope that he shows up just as much as she does.
Just enough.
Right at the end.
Yeah, just enough.
Not
just
too
enough
much.
to punch somebody through a fucking wall. It'll be good. And then we get a new Superman movie in 2027. So this is
We saw Lobo's chopper though. That was the big thing for me.
Yeah, I mean
it looked good.
The big
it
reveal
looked so
is a
good.
puppy crypto. The big reveal is a puppy crypto because crypto almost stole the movie. Let's get some comments. Raven, tell us your Tusk experience. What is happening? I don't know what that is. Ring cameras after that ad. Can't buy them now. Can buy them now. 60%. Ring actually, this is a big thing. Ring stock went down almost 20%.
It's creepy.
One day. Lizzie Kitty says, hello, y'all. Thank you. Give me iced tea. Like to drink? Sure. My friend Mike Ferguson, who I had known my show is in Night Patrol. He was telling me about it last year in LA. Awesome. True. Raven will look for you if you show me. We will look for you if you show me. What is going on with you? You're getting weird cryptic messages tonight.
I don't have any idea what's going on. Also, out of all the Kevin Smith movies I've seen, I haven't seen Tusk.
Maybe he was talking about your earrings. Are they ivory?
These?
Yeah.
They're from my friend Alicia for my birthday last year.
Okay, I don't know what I don't know what you're talking about. I just try to bounce around.
I'll take them off, or that maybe they're being. It was a long day. I had to be dressed up earlier.
I just try to bounce. The other one that was good, also the Hellman's commercial with Andy Samberg was pretty good, and the commercial for Instacart with Ben Stiller, again, and Branson Boone. I guess anytime somebody falls and hurts themselves, that's an.
I won't lie. I saw that commercial without the noise on, and I actually thought it was a what's that movie called? I can't remember it. Average Joe's Dodgeball. I thought it was a Dodgeball sequel, and I'm like, no way. Why would they do that? And I'm going to see it immediately. And then it was a commercial.
Yeah, he was wearing a Dodgeball-esque suit. And as long as he falls, that's all that matters. Stiller's pretty good. But the ads there wasn't anything that, like I said, the one that jumped out for me was if you're doing the blind taste test and you put the bear there and the bear picks the wrong soda, you're hitting on my nostalgia bug because they used to do the blind taste tests, and then you're hitting on my I love the polar bears, so that's a win. And although I don't like Pepsi, I can respect the game.
Wait, Spuds McKenzie's coming back. Wait for it. Right?
I kind of hope they do. I mean, 80s are big right now. They should bring him back. It would be fun.
Or the frogs.
I'm fairly.
Hey, I'm down for the frogs completely.
The kids' movie trailers were plentiful. We got Hoppers, we got a Minions commercial. Again, if you go to the trailer for Minions, really batshit. The Minions versus Monsters movie that's coming out on July 1st. It might just be Minions and Monsters. I had no idea this movie was coming out, and just so we're clear, in the trailer, they open up a book and basically raise Cthulhu. And it's so basically shut up, Jerry. Be quiet.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I saw you whispering it. And so that movie looks insane. Or they're trying to make a movie. They're trying to make a monster movie. And they basically get an incantation book. It looks like the Book of the Dead. So, we're jumping places with the Minions show. Hoppers had a good trailer where they basically showed all the different animals that are going to be interacting. That movie looks
good.
What was that?
Ash. Oh, imagine with a Necronomicon.
Well, I mean,
it would be neat.
There was some story this week that Bruce Campbell is stepping away from the new, like he's stepping farther away from the Evil Dead movies. He has a movie coming out though, but he's not as inherently involved with the new Evil Dead movies as he was the two that have already come out, which is kind of disappointing. Also, if you can find the script, I wholeheartedly recommend the script where it was Ash versus Freddy versus Jason, which is what they were supposed to do. They did a comic book, and basically it's Ash working in the Crystal Lake S-Mart, and it's bonkers. And it's Shop S-Mart. Freddy comes looking for the Necronomicon. Freddy wants the Necronomicon so Freddy can turn the dream world into the real world. And it was batshit. It could have been so big. Like so big. Anyway. What else we got? So we're going to do a preview of the movies coming out this week. We're going to talk a little bit later about whatever's coming out of Jerry's basement. We're also going to do our Twilight Zone thing. And then I thought it is Valentine's Day weekend. I want to give people movies they may have not seen or they may have missed. Not all, most of them classics, but not necessarily classics you may have ever seen. So I picked 6 that are kind of bridging the gap between old and new. And when I say old and new, I mean old and new for Jerry and I, not necessarily for Raven, not necessarily for some of the younger people watching. But old for me is the 50s movies or 40s movies. So let's do that. I picked some interesting ones because there are some things I want to talk about. I picked 6, and let's just go through them. I'm going to go backwards. For 5 or for 6, I picked Sleepless in Seattle. I think you can't go wrong with Sleepless in Seattle. It's a really great movie. It came out in 93. It's Nora Ephron. It's written by Nora Ephron, David Ward, and Jeff Arch. They're at the height of their game, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. Bo Pullman's also in it. Rob Reiner's in it. May he rest in peace. One of the biggest hits of the 90s. And it ties into my number one movie that you may or may not have seen that we'll talk about in a second. But basically, a kid gets on, talks about his dad not being able to find love, and it just becomes this, bittersweet cross-country kind of movie where Meg Ryan falls in love with him over the radio, and it's like it's a fantastic movie. It also has one of the best male bonding sequences of all time. One of the women that is hanging out with Tom Hanks and his friend Rob Reiner and everybody, and they're like, "Well, didn't you ever cry at a movie before?" And he's like, "Yeah, I cried at movies, like The Dirty Dozen. I cried at The Dirty Dozen." It's like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Jim Brown. He's running and he's killing all the generals and he can't pull the grenade." And and then Rob Reiner's in tears, sitting next to him, going, "Yeah, I just couldn't get the grenade to pull it," and then he dies. And it's like that. It transcends. It's well done. It's one of the biggest hits of the 90s. You cannot go wrong. Number 5, and this movie, this movie, I could not believe the amount of money this movie made. And there's a sequel book that's out recently, but this movie called An Officer and a Gentleman. It's from 1982. It's got one of the best soundtracks of its kind. It's directed by Taylor Hackford. It's got Richard Gere, Deborah Winger, David Keith, Louis Gossett Jr. as a drill sergeant. Fucking phenomenal. He won an Academy Award for it. He's great. And it's Richard Gere and Deborah Winger, and they're like an odd match. But basically, it's about naval military training, and then the women that live in the town of the naval base trying to attract officers to like marry and it's great. Deborah Winger's fantastic in it. She's one of the most underrated actresses of the 80s, in my opinion. She's great in so many movies, but this movie is fantastic. And when we did it on Generation Movie, what I found out, and this is a shocking thing, this movie made so much fucking money. You will not believe the amount of money it made. It grossed $130 million in the year where it's the third highest grossing film in 1982. That means the only two movies that are ahead of it are Tootsie and E.T. are the only two movies ahead of it. It's just really good. It's got Love Lifts Us Up Where We Belong. It's a fantastic song. Great movie. Amazing movie. Everyone should see it at least once in their lifetime.
Where we belong.
Yeah. Where eagles fly on a mountain.
Eagles fly.
Yeah, it's fucking Joe Cocker. The song is amazing. Like, the song is incredible. Song won an Oscar. Louis Gossett Jr. won an Oscar, and it's just a really great movie. It's one of the better films of the 80s. It's melodramatic, and it's got a lot of stuff going on. And it's not an easy watch. There's suicide. There is a lot of trauma from childhood in the movie for the characters. But it's really good, and it's Richard Gere and Deborah Winger had a lot of chemistry. She had chemistry with almost anybody she was with. She had chemistry with Shirley MacLaine in terms of endearment. She had chemistry with John Travolta and Urban Cowboy. Like, she's really one of the misunderstood and best actresses of the 80s that doesn't get nearly the amount of dessert she deserves. Number 4. I don't care what anybody says. One of my favorite movies of all time is a movie called Say Anything.
It's a good one too.
It's a great fucking movie. Again, another movie that has a killer song, In Your Eyes, right? Came out in 89. So summer of 89. It has a great soundtrack. Smithereens, Nancy Wilson, Joe Satriani, Cheap Trick, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Peter Gabriel, In Your Eyes, right? Depeche Mode. Fishbone, like it's got a great fucking soundtrack. But the key to the movie is Ione Skye and John Cusack are fantastic together. Like, it's about the valedictorian of the class, and John Cusack plays like this kid in the class who's training to become a professional kickboxer before anybody knew what kickboxing was going to be or mixed martial arts was going to be. And he basically asks her to go on a date. And she has her entire life ahead of her with, like, being a Rhodes Scholar and all these different things. And she falls in love with the kid, and he falls in love with her. And it's a special movie. It's the kind of movie where it can make you feel better about anything. And it's also got, amazing performances from side players. Joan Cusack's in it. She plays his sister. John Mahoney's in it. John Mahoney plays Ione Skye's father, and he is a fucking scumbag. He's an absolute piece of trash human, an absolute garbage human who stands in the way of Lloyd and the girl getting together. And but he's done horrible things that you can't even begin to words. Also, Lily Taylor's in it, so it's got like a 90s vibe to it before the 90s even hit, including the soundtrack, right? And it's very fun, really good movie. You can't go wrong. Like, if you show that if people Jerry and I are married to, if you throw that movie on, you're fine. It'll be good. Number 3. Okay. Number 3, I'm going to put it at 3, but only because I have a weird number 1. But number 3, if you've never seen Casablanca, by all means, watch Casablanca. Not because you hear it's good, but what you'll find is that it's not only, this movie directed by Michael Curtiz from 1942, not only is it one of the most fantastic romances ever put on film, it is an incredible war movie. where basically everybody in Rick's bar are dealing with the German army and dealing with French people that are trying to escape the German army through Casablanca. And it's got a lot going on. It's got a banger performance from Humphrey Bogart, an incredible performance from Ingrid Bergman. It's the gold standard of old Hollywood movies. There's a reason every year they trot it out and it plays in theaters, because it should be something you should experience. It's very romantic, but it's also like, it's got a lot of shit going on in the background that you don't actually realize until you rewatch it once or twice. And once you rewatch it, you're like, I don't know that the love portion is that important compared to the rest of the stuff that's going on. I mean, it is, but it's not. Number two, When Harry Met Sally. We did it a couple weeks ago on Generation Movie. You can't go wrong with When Harry Met Sally. It's funny.
I'll take what she's having.
Yes, it's quotable. It's got great performances from Meg Ryan, great performances from Billy Crystal. It's got Rob Reiner at the height of his game. It's got an incredible Nora Ephron script that is just, we talked about it on Generation Movie. It was years of hanging out with Rob Reiner during his divorce from Penny Marshall. And Rob Reiner got thrown into the single dating game. And it was just, the script came out of him sitting and talking with Nora Ephron about the struggles of being a single guy in the 80s. It is a stellar movie. It holds up remarkably well. It's funny as hell.
What's the
what was that?
I'm trying to figure out what the one would be. Your one.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I said it has
Valentine movie.
It has ties to this movie, because this movie is loosely based on my number one. And the number one movie I'm going to recommend that you may have never seen, that you should see. There's a movie called An Affair to Remember.
I would have never got
it. It's been remade a lot of times, but this one, 1957, it's directed by Leo McCarey. It is Deborah Carr. It is Cary Grant. It is an incredible movie. It's a remake of McCary's 1939 film called Love Affair, and then it was also remade by Annette Bening and Warren Beatty in the 90s called Love Affair. But this is the original. So this is a movie about a bachelor and a woman who meet on a cruise. They fall madly in love with each other, and it's beautiful. It's like it takes place. There are moments in Italy. It's got everything. And basically what they do is they say in 6 months' time, if they've both ended the relationships they're stuck in, they will meet at the top of the Empire State Building. And 6 months passes, and Cary Grant shows up and she doesn't. And it becomes this kind of a sad, melancholy, romantic movie. And then he finds her again. And then it has one of the best endings you'll ever see in the history of film. It is sad and wonderful and amazing. And yes, Raven in the front row.
Okay. These were your top Valentine's Day movies.
Yes.
I have been sitting here trying to think about what my top Valentine's Day movies, and I realized I hate Valentine's Day. But I've just also realized you are a sappy romantic.
I am. Yes. I've
Holy
always been.
Hell. That top
Jerry
five.
in the back row.
And also, wait. Yesterday you said the women you know were chaotic. Today you insinuated that I'm too young to have known those movies.
Yes.
Those are classic movies.
You wait a second. So you know An Affair to Remember?
You are striking out. Jerry, go ahead. He's just going.
Stop. Wait, do you know An Affair to Remember?
I've heard of it.
I didn't.
I've never seen it. I will say I've never seen it, but I do know it because
I will tell you, this is one of my dad's favorite movies. It is a tearjerker. It is well done. It's just incredible.
I did an anti-Valentine's Day show for college. I've always hated Valentine's Day. It's just so boring.
Okay.
So
Jerry, yes. Background.
I've got a couple. I've got
good because I couldn't think
Some Kind
of
of
one.
Wonderful. Can't Buy Me Love.
Okay.
Lover Boy. Better Off Dead.
I don't know if I know that.
Better Off Dead.
Okay.
And I like this movie too. Sabrina.
The Sabrina remake is really
okay.
The Sabrina remake is underrated. I would agree with that. Julie Ormond.
I mean, there's others too, but
I'm really trying to dig, and I'm just sitting here going, "What's romantic? You've had to see something romantic."
Well,
my buddy Valentine's in there
mine's an eclectic bunch, but what I would say is, if you were to do this one and then Sleepless in Seattle,
I mean, you brought up Tom Hanks, and I was going to bring him up today.
What was that?
I said you brought up Tom Hanks, and that was something I was going to bring up today. I wanted to ask your guys' opinion on the Burbs remake.
I haven't seen it, but I
don't think it's out yet,
I have real issues with. Well, first off, The Burbs is one of those eclectic movies.
Episodes, they're dropping it all at once.
That's not that shocking. Streamers are going to start to drop everything. I'm going to tell you right now, if Wonder Man is any indication, dropping everything.
Wonder Man was good.
But Wonder Man being dropped all at once allowed Wonder Man to seep into the pop culture. What I would say about,
I don't know if I agree with that.
The Burbs it really allowed it to happen. It really did. Because people watched it at their own pace, but they watched all of it and they came out of it.
Is it Jack Whitehall who's doing it with her?
Yeah,
Jack Whitehall.
But here's your question. The Burbs is a really eccentric, crazy movie that was in the time of the 90s when they were trying to do dark comedies.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say, I've always considered it more comedy horror. They're going comedy mystery with it.
Yeah, the original Burbs ends with a bone chipper. Like, it ends with people being put in a wood chipper. Like, it's...
Yeah, I don't think that's happening for some reason.
It was before Fargo. It was way before Fargo. So the thing is, I think there are a lot of Burbs fans. There are original Burbs fans. That it's one of those Tom Hanks movies that's batshit insane. It's not necessarily the best movie ever made, but it's also kind of one of those
Tom Hanks, you usually like it.
It's kind of like Neighbors.
I don't think it's as bad as Neighbors. I don't think it's as bad as Nothing But Trouble. Like, Nothing But Trouble is in the same vein, right?
I feel like that's where they're going more with it.
Parents.
Like, from what I understand, it's...
I just don't know, like... I don't think this generation is dark enough. I like Keke Palmer, too. I should say that. I think she's very talented.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that this generation knows what the Burbs is. And then I also don't know that this generation cares about the Burbs. And then secondly, I don't know that this generation can go dark enough to make it a cult thing like the original. I'm probably going to watch it, but I don't think it'll be dark enough for it to be.
I'm kind of sitting in the same boat. I'm just kind of going, I don't know if this can be dark.
I believe it's Joe Dante, right? Like, it's, and Joe Dante had the biggest, like, he was both dark and kind of like, yeah, it's Joe Dante. It's written by Dana Olson, right? It's from, it had great people in it. Tom Hanks, Bruce Dern, Carrie Fisher, Rick Dukeman, Corey Feldman's in it. Music by Jerry Goldsmith.
There's a lot of really big people. Yeah, there's like character actors.
And then the bad guys, Werner Klopek was played by Henry Gibson, who is one of the great character actors for playing the most creepiest fucking people, right? And that movie ends with, again, people being thrown into a wood chipper. Like, it's not a joke. Like, it starts off as a comedy and it quickly becomes. Is
it weird to say that I remember that movie because of the distinct characters in it and not one person in the advertisement for the new show
comes across
stands out?
Yeah. Well, it was Rick Dukeman. Rick Dukeman was at the time was a very big actor, right? Bruce Dern was great. He played like the older guy that was like, oh, we know what the fuck they are, like, but it's like, it's a traditionally, to put it in perspective, ready? The script by Dana Olson was based on a paper he had picked up as a 14-year-old. Librarian kills family and self. Family not found. And then he wrote the script about like what happens in houses that we don't know what's going on in. And so I don't think it's going to be as dark as the original. But the thing about it is, it's got Keke Palmer in it, so maybe it's a hit because of her. She's kind of hot right now. She can do a lot of things.
Jack Whitehall has a following.
Do you know, like sometimes we talk about on our show about reboots and things where it has very little to do with the original, in the hopes that it pushes people towards the original? That might be what happens here, right? It might, like, if Peacock is wise, they'll drop all the episodes, and they'll also have the Burbs waiting when you're done with all 8 episodes.
Right. Yeah, because
I was going to say, do you see Tom Hanks showing up on this show?
No.
I have to ask.
Tom Hanks is
the weird celebrity rumor stuff going on right now. So
yeah, but Tom Hanks showing up on the show is.
I think they have to drop it in some way and show it because nobody's going to know it exists otherwise.
Yeah, and like for example, it came out and like even the original wasn't a big hit. It came out in February. It actually came out. I'm gonna wait. Ready? 36. It's almost 37 years to the day. We're a week away from it being 37 years to the day. It came out February 17th, 1989. It had a budget of $18 million. It grossed 50. So it's fine, and it's a fun movie. It's not one of his best movies. Roger Ebert, how about this? Roger Ebert this is the review. The Burbs tries to position itself somewhere between Beetlejuice and the Twilight Zone, but it lacks the dementia of the first and the wicked intelligence of the second, and turns instead into a long, shaggy dog story. It's beloved, but it's not beloved.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to get remake to a show.
No, I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, I don't know that we need this.
It was like a one and done kind of a movie, really.
Yeah, it could. Well, again, it ends
in my little Tom Hanks area.
Wood chipper. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go. It does end on a cliffhanger, though, doesn't it? Don't they escape?
Yes.
Lopex, don't they escape? Hold on.
I'm pretty sure they do. I haven't seen it in a bit, but I'm pretty sure they do.
They get arrested. The Klopex get arrested again. So theoretically, it could be the Klopex still. But I think Gibson's dead. Henry Gibson's dead. So I don't know. I just don't know about that one. But so again, top 6. Fair to remember. Please watch it. When Harry Met Sally, Casablanca, Officer and Gentleman, Say Anything, Sleep in Seattle. Can't go wrong with any of them. They're all. But if you've never seen An Affair to Remember, Cary Grant and Deborah Carr are so mesmerizing. Deborah Carr is one of the most mesmerizing actresses from the 50s and 60s. She's beautiful. And she is, like, her and Cary Grant have this charisma that is just, it's unmistakable. And it has the best, one of the coolest endings ever put on film. And it's Cary Grant. Like, it's a Cary Grant movie where Cary Grant loses. Doesn't happen that often. Where he doesn't get the girl he wants, or he doesn't win, and but you have to watch it.
An episode last week.
Yes. Let's do Jerry. What's coming from your basement? What do you got? You got a toy? You got a movie? What do we got?
I've got some collectibles here.
Oh, I like collectibles.
They all match up.
I love collectibles. What do you got?
So I've got.
I'm going full screen. Hold on. We're going full screen.
I've got the Christine soundtrack.
Okay, hold on. Wait. I'm screwing things up. I don't know how to go full screen. So Christine soundtrack. That is a great John Carpenter's. It's a really good soundtrack. And it's an underrated movie.
They actually advertise the other soundtracks he has for all the Halloweens.
Escape from New York as well.
Then we've got the beta tape here.
Christine's a great movie.
Christine on
awesome.
Beta.
Highly underrated.
This one comes out the side instead of the bottom.
Yeah, I remember Columbia. Columbia used to fuck things up.
Your tape.
Also, Columbia also had the one side had the logo of the movie, and the other side had a basic Columbia logo with just a white. Show the front, both sides, Jerry, of the VHS. Show the sides though.
The tape itself.
No. The box.
Oh.
Show the box. The one
Very
side will be with the basic
tonight.
white. I'm not being demanding. I'm trying to prove a point. So there's a Christine logo, and then if you show the other side, it just says Christine. It just says Christine like in white lettering. It's what Columbia did. So you had to make a choice how you want to put it on your shelf, and the right choice is the logo.
So then I've got the scorched version of the car.
Oh, look at that.
So,
Oh, that's awesome.
That's super cool.
then I've got the larger version of the actual car. 1:18 scale. If you take it out of the box, which I never did, the lights light up and things. So
that's amazing. That's really nice.
That's the Christine collection.
Perfect. Is it one of your favorite Stephen? I think it's one of the most underrated Stephen King.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie. Soundtrack's great. Everything's great.
It's got a good creepy vibe to it. It came out for Christmas though. Like I remember when that movie came out, like it was a real hard sell. It didn't come out.
And Robert's Blossom is in it too, and he was in Home Alone. He sells him the car.
It came out. He plays the old man, right? But it came out at Christmas time, and my dad was like, "This is the worst time for a horror film to come out." It opened.
December, you know what's funny is now we expect a horror movie for Christmas.
Yeah, but maybe it's counter programming, but it's not like December 9th is that's the 2 weeks before 1983. Christmas. Yeah, 1983. December 9th, 1983 it came out. Cost $10 million to make, gross 21 total. It's a great little movie though. It's but I will say one thing about the 80s Stephen King movies, they didn't know how to market them, and they didn't know how how important they were, right? They kind of just rolled them out, and they weren't super careful with them. And now the Stephen King adaptations are so painfully important to some of the things. Let's get some comments as we talk about Christine. Valentine's Day, people find out they're the side piece.
They're the side piece.
And Miss Sadistic, we appreciate you. Casablanca was filmed during the Holocaust, current events film at the time, so to speak. Yeah, it's an incredible piece of cinema. Claude Rains was a favorite of mine growing up. Claude Rains is great in it. He's also fantastic in The Invisible Man, one of the best Universal monster movies. Joe has me at 18, basically. You can basically suck it. It's actual Single People's Awareness Day. Fantastic. Joe also says Hard Eyes for Valentine's Day. Hard Eyes is good. Hard Eyes is very good. Hard Eyes is a great little movie. Not gonna lie, it's a lot of fun. But let's I gotta put the comment down. Give me a second. Hard Eyes is a great movie, actually. One of the better slashers.
Valentine's Day Massacre.
Well, My Bloody Valentine, right, is also like the 80, not the new one, not the 3D, not the 3D one that pulls its punch. Not that one. The 1981, My Bloody Valentine. 82? I think it's 81. You could check me. You want to check me?
I'm curious. I don't know.
I think it's 81.
You're right.
There we go. And for Ken, it's a Canadian slasher movie. There you go. My Bloody Valentine didn't make my list. No, if I was like, list of slasher movies. You can do a ton of slasher movies.
You wanted to do sappy heart movies.
I did a movie I want to talk about. I want to talk about Affair to Remember tonight. I remembered it today, and I just want to talk about it. But if I was doing like slasher, I think Valentine's pretty good. That's the one with David Boreanaz. That's pretty fun. It's like it's a prom night kind of slasher movie. I think Hard Eyes is fantastic, and I think My Bloody Valentine is fucking grisly as hell for an 80s movie. Like it is. It's harsh. That one lady's store, Jerry, the one lady who gets killed super early, her store gets fucking wrecked. And people are just walking in, like putting their hands down. It's like, because it's dark and it's like there are pieces of people everywhere. Like, that movie's brutal. But I like that movie.
Yep.
I also happen to like the Twilight Zone, and let's get to it tonight. Twilight Zone Redux. A good time was had by all. This one, I forgot how sad it is. Like, this one is a sad episode. Like, it's brutal at the beginning, and then it kind of like plays out. So tonight's episode 21, season 3, we're plowing through, kids. Originally aired February 9th, 1962. The name of the episode, of course, is Kick the Can, directed by Lamont Johnston. And it goes something like this. Opening narration: Sunnyvale Rest, a home for the aged, a dying place, and a common children's game called Kick the Can that will shortly become a refuge for a man who knows he will die in this world if he doesn't. He will die in this world if he does not escape into the Twilight Zone. So the episode begins with kind of a sad. It's a gentleman. He's super excited. He's watching kids outside. They're playing a game in the front. His son comes, and he is leaving. And when he gets in the car, his son basically says to him, "I know we talked about it, Dad, but I can't take you today. You have to stay here." And when he gets back in, this character, this old man, he basically says, his son, his son doesn't have the space anymore. We thought it would be a good idea, or I thought it would be a good idea, but he has a new baby on the way, and it's only a two bedroom house, and so he gets.
You get
stuck.
the impression that he tries to do this every time the son comes. That's what I got.
Yeah, you get
like
that
he wants to see his dad, but the dad's ready to split every time he comes.
Well, and
you're taking me this time, right?
The camera stuff around the house. There's like one guy doing laps around the living room. There are people that are asleep in various places. It is the saddest old age home you've ever And again, I can't think of any old age home that isn't sad, but this one is particularly sad. He has his best friend, his name is Ben. His best friend's name is Charlie. And the episode progresses where, he just, after his son leaves, he goes and he sees the kids playing and he steals their fucking can.
I know. Mister, give it back.
And they're fucking playing with it. He steals it. And then he just, he starts talking crazy to his friend, and his friend's worried about him.
Why can't we be young again?
And he's he has the can, and he says, when I kissed my wife for the first time, it was magic in this world. I think there's still magic. I got to find a way to find the magic. And so his friend is worried about him. His friend reports him. To the guy in charge. And the guy in charge basically says, I'm going to have to take him aside and take him away from his bed and put him somewhere safe.
I love how the guy in charge says, I'm 45 years old. And I'm looking at him like, no, you're not. He said his age. He was 45 or something.
Yeah.
But he clearly looks like he's in his mid to late 50s.
Charlie betrays him. And basically, Ben finds out that Charlie's betrayed him. And Charlie's like, I was just worried about you. You're dreaming about all this stuff. I told Mr. Cox. Yeah. I told Mr. Cox that, that you're acting out of sorts, that your son's your son's visit left you out of sorts. So Ben comes up with an idea. He talks everybody, all the old folks in the home that have a little bit of life left in them. Let's go outside tonight in the summer air. We used to run outside late at night and play. And you get the idea that these people have been, like, this old age home is at the end of a street that all these people have been living at forever. They all know each other. They all remember their time in the sun. They all remember being young. And he says, let's go outside. We'll play the game tonight. And he talks them all fucking into it. And then they go outside and they start playing. And then Charlie alerts Mr. Cox. Mr. Cox goes outside and he's like, all these kids. And Charlie starts looking at the kids. And, he starts looking at the kids and he realizes that the kid that's standing there next to the can is Ben. Right? It's his best friend. He's like, Ben, it's me, it's Charlie. And, Mr. Cox is like, well, they're not here. We'll have to go down and look for them by the orchard. He must have taken them all. It's like, and he has like an idea that it's like a suicide thing. Like he gets very frazzled about all these old people hanging out, like these old people that are like, they're not in bad shape, but he has this idea that he's like leading them away. I don't know.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish. Then I'll.
Oh no. It's just that he's leading them away. It's very like, we got to get him before he does something crazy. And it's like, I don't know, just playing kick the can with a bunch of old folks in the middle of the night is kind of crazy. You know what I mean? It's beyond crazy. And then Charlie kind of sees Ben, and then Charlie's like, don't you recognize me? I'm your best friend. I've been your best friend forever. And then, the kid doesn't recognize him, and Charlie is holding the can, and he says, just take me with you. Please take me with you. And he then realizes
that's what you get for snitching.
Yeah, that's what you get for snitching. He then realizes he can't, and like he says to Mr. Cox something along the effect of, we can go look down by the orchard. We're not going to find them. They're gone. They've all left.
I like how the nurse is sitting guard at the desk, and somehow they have firecrackers.
Yeah, the old guys have
the window
firecrackers.
So she goes running to look for the shots.
It's great. And like I said, like it ends up with Charlie and Ben. It ends up being painfully bittersweet.
Yep.
That one of the old men believes in the magic of the world and the other one doesn't. And because he chooses not to believe, the Twilight Zone is cruel to him, takes away everything from him, and including his best friend. And it is played much differently in the movie, right?
And the movie version is great too.
The movie version has Scatman Crothers coming, and he is a guy that goes to. Yep. The story there is that he goes to all these different old age homes, and he basically gives the old folks. Yes, he convinces them to play, and he basically is sent from somewhere where, that one also has a bittersweet moment as well, where like the one old lady, I think is the lady from Night Court, and she turns into a little girl that's playing the lady from Night Court, right? Selma.
And the clothes are all too big.
Yeah, the clothes are all too big. And then he says to her, you can stay this way forever. And she's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
My husband's dead. Having to go through love and life again would be too much. So it's usually the story is bittersweet or poignant. Closing narration. Sunnyvale Rest, a dying place for ancient people who have forgotten the fragile magic of youth. A dying place for those who have forgotten that childhood, maturity, and old age are curiously intertwined and not separate. A dying place for those who have grown too stiff in their thinking to visit the Twilight Zone. So the different versions of the story, like it's been remade, just so we're clear, it's remade. The Kick the Can is remade into a segment of Twilight Zone, movie directed by Steven Spielberg. So it has Scatman Crothers as Mr. Bloom, but it has been, it has been done almost every time there's been a Twilight Zone. this particular story and storyline. It's written by George Clayton Johnson. It's a really good episode. It's bittersweet, and it takes it's the rare Twilight Zone episode where the person gets impacted by the Twilight Zone because he can't embrace the magic of the Twilight Zone, right? That doesn't happen often, where you have a person, like, usually characters get swallowed up by the Twilight Zone, right? This is a character who not only looks at the Twilight Zone and goes, I don't want it, but then his crushing soul defeat is that because he can't embrace the Twilight Zone magic, he loses everything.
Yep.
It's a fantastic episode. I don't know if it's top 10 or top 5 for me, but it's a great episode. Next week we get an episode called A Piano in the House.
Good one.
It's a very good episode. And then we got a couple weeks before we hit a massive one. We're 2 weeks away. We're Piano in the House, and then we have The Last Rites of Jeff Myrtlebank, and then we have 1, 2, 3, one of the top 3 episodes ever made.
Yeah.
In the next 3 weeks.
I know what you're talking about.
It's coming. It's a cookbook. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait. I'm so excited.
Richard Keel, that's his name, right?
Yes. Jaws.
That's the one you're talking about, right?
Yes, I am. It's a cookbook. Anyway. So Twilight Zone Redux, thank you for joining us for that. Comments. It's not 53. Get out of here. Good night. Good night, Lizzie. Kitty Merrick's. We appreciate you. 83. He's such a fucking asshole. Such a douche. Okay, movie preview for this week. Movies coming out this week. It is a big week for the box office to bounce back. We not only have Valentine's Day weekend. We also have President's Day weekend. So it's a 4-day weekend. You have plenty of opportunities to go to the movies this weekend. You have your choice of films. You also have all kinds of movies coming out. You have Wuthering Heights by Emerald Fennell, who did Promising Young Woman. It's got Margot Robbie. It's got Jacob Elordi coming off of Frankenstein. Buzz is strong. It's R-rated. It's apparently very smutty.
It's toxic.
What?
It's toxic.
It may be toxic.
That whole book is toxic.
Well, sure.
But it's like toxicity 101. I'm not saying it's not classic.
Kill herself? Yeah, it's toxic. Yeah, she's not a happy writer. I don't know what to say. Also, just so we're clear, it wasn't great for women in the 1800s.
Also, like,
Shocker.
I know Margot Robbie is great, but in the book, and I know we're up aging, the girl that she plays dies when she's 15. Does Margot Robbie look like she's 15, 20, or anywhere near a young age?
She can look any way she wants. I'm not going to fight Margot Robbie. I'm not going to fight Sydney Sweeney.
There were plenty of younger actors that could have played this role.
Yeah, but I don't think I think they're going filthy. So I don't think they could go younger actors. I think
20.
I think they picked 2 of the hottest actors going. Elordi is coming off of Frankenstein, where he's got an Oscar nomination, and now he's going to have this.
I will point out that Heathcliff is, like, in the book, written and noted as being a person that was possibly of color. This is one of those times they could have actually done it. In 2011, they did it. That wasn't a good remake.
Elordi,
but like they remade this movie so many times. People just pick one.
Elordi, yes, a lot of versions.
Oh,
Elordi and Robbie are going to do very well. Fennell is one of the great. Emerald Fennell is one of the great young directors. She's fantastic.
Saltburn was really good.
Saltburn's great. Promising Young Woman's great.
I mean,
for the
if
kiddos,
you're going for like historical accuracy, don't. This is all style over substance.
It is.
This
it
is
very
the
much software.
Bridgerton effect. You're going to have pop music, synth music, clothing that has no point of being represented in that time period. But it's going to be gorgeous.
No, I think the clothing is going to be very. I think it's going to be very bodice ripper. Anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
Other movies coming out. We got stuff coming out. We got for the kiddos. Let's talk. GOAT is coming out. It is by the same company that did Spider-Man Across the Universe. It is by the same.
It has a lot of hype.
Yeah, it's by the same company that also did K-pop Demon Hunters. They are getting a big budget release now. Sony realizes that their animation movies somehow are good. They did the Mitchells versus the Machines. They did K-pop Demon Hunters. They did all the Spider-Man anime movies. Their movies are good.
They're finally realizing that Sony Animation is actually where they're making money.
It's also got the kid Caleb McLaughlin. Caleb McLaughlin from Stranger Things. And also, it's got Steph Curry as an executive producer. It looks fun. I'm going to have a blast at it. I love animated movies.
Little kid. Yeah, I love animated movies, but this is going to really rock with that like young audience. This is going to do well.
Okay. Then you have the two movies that are almost similar, and I can't believe they're being released on the same weekend, but we're going to talk about them quick. Cold Storage. Georgina Campbell, Joe Keery from Stranger Things, and Liam Neeson. It's written by David Koepp, the screenwriter of Jurassic Park. It's being directed and produced by the creators of Zombieland. It looks batshit insane. It's about two kids that come.
Poster looks like Zombieland.
It has a zombie. It has zombie things going on in it. The trailer's crazy, and the one that I think is going to hit.
This is the one that I knew about. I didn't know about the other one.
Yeah, this is called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It has got one of my favorite actors in the world, Sam Rockwell, in it.
That poster looks great.
Bonkers. It's directed by Gore Verbinski, and it has
This is the Valentine's Day movie.
Right. The fusion, I would say, well, it's counter-programming. I can't believe Cold Storage and it are coming out in the same weekend because it's the same people going to see both movies. Like, it is such a bad call for Cold Storage.
This is the movie that you're going to take your girlfriend to, and you're actually going to have fun, and you're going to get laid. The other movie, she's going to be really fun, and you're going to fall asleep.
Okay, well, I wasn't predicting anybody getting laid. I was just going with what I think is fun. But good luck, have fun, don't die.
It's Valentine's Day. That's the point,
again,
right?
It's 12 monkeys mixed with humorous AI jokes, and so I'm all there. So it should be a good week at the movies. Raven, have you started a page? Where can people find you? What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I haven't started a page. Tonight, I'm going to watch a documentary. I'm actually going to urge everybody to watch it. It's a Sundance documentary. It's on PBS. It's free. It's an hour and 5 minutes, and it's about librarians that are currently under attack with book banning. That's been a rash of it everywhere. Suggest you to watch it if you're interested in that, or if you're just somebody who's really into books.
What's it called?
The Librarians.
The Librarians. Okay. So not the Librarians.
It's free.
Not the Librarians with Noah Wiley. Gotcha. What about you,
I want to watch that too.
What about you, Jerry? What's Slapjaw got going on? What do you got going on? And where can people find you?
We're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. You can find us streaming everywhere. We do have a page on YouTube as well. We have a benefit show. It's February 21st. I misspoke last week. I said the 22nd. It's actually the 21st.
That's good to know.
At a place called Snappers Bar and Grill in Lake Winola. Nice.
So JW Movie Guy, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, IMDb. I'm not on TikTok. But if you like the show, you can like and subscribe to the Indie Escape Network, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all those places. We have shows coming up this week, major shows coming up. We got Symbolistic Cynicism tomorrow night with Aviana Rose. I think I got it. With Gabe, our good friend Gabe. We also have The Boys back on Thursday, Untrained and Unscripted, with Riot, Ryan West, and Joe Ridgely talking about all kinds of stuff. We hope to see everybody. We also have Generation Movie next week. We don't know what we're doing yet, but we'll let you know. Last two comments of the night. Slapjaw music alone with barbed wire. Okay.
Barbed wire.
Barbed wire. Yes. Again, we don't recommend that to anybody. We don't want anybody to get hurt. Thank you for joining us. Everybody have a good President's Day weekend. Everybody have a good Valentine's Day, hopefully. Whatever, if you celebrate or if you don't. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see everybody next week. Bye.
Papa, watch the Super Bowl.
Bye.